Yeah, because I'm talking in the mic because the mic definitely needs talking to. Y'all all right tonight?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Today?
Yes,
This
sir.
afternoon? This evening?
That's right.
Good
Everything's
morning, good
good.
afternoon, good evening. You know who I am. I'm Pastor Jarvis, and we're here with the Takeaway podcast. You may be listening, you may be watching on YouTube or whatever media platform you're watching. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, and I'm going to ask you to like, subscribe, share, follow us on whatever platform. Like, help us get the word out about the takeaway. Help us get the word out. We're hot and heavy dealing with relationships right now. We're hot and heavy dealing with relationships. We know February is love month
Oh, yeah.
amongst everything else. And it would really do me my heart well, and these great people that help me well, if you would go ahead and share. You know, our goal and our focus is to help folks to have something to take away, to have something to share as it relates to various issues in life. You know, I have some amazing people here with me today, who are some amazing people, and I'm gonna start to my right. I've been knowing her a good little while here. All right, and she's gonna introduce herself, and her name is. Your name is.
My name is Elois Wash.
Okay, and we know each other.
Yes.
We go together.
Long, long time.
Okay, we go together. All right, we go together. She's the wifey, and I think she's very equipped to talk about this topic that we're going to share today. And then I have also to my right is
My name is Terry.
okay, Terry. Okay, yeah, she's our surrogate daughter, right? She's our daughter, and we love her, and I think she can speak to this as a young adult as well. All right, and then I have preacher. Hey,
Hey,
preacher.
preacher. Hey, I'm Sharon. Sharon Chestnut Moore is my name. I'm the wife to Barry, mother to Michael, and friend to many.
Okay, all right, there you
Right
go,
now.
there you go. Hey, we're gonna jump right in. We're talking about friendships. We're talking about friendships that last, right? And what I know about you three amazing women is that you take friendship and relationships seriously.
Oh, yes.
You
Very
are
much so.
affected by it. You are
Very
encouraged
much so.
by it, and you
Absolutely.
take it serious. I would say that friendship is a full contact sport. I would say that you can't fake a friend. You can fake a friendship, but I mean, you'll never see the benefits of it. I think a friendship, a relationship, and I'm not just talking about a man and a woman. I'm talking about a real friendship. Takes both hands. It takes
Absolutely.
all that you have, and it's very important, it's very valuable, and it's necessary. What are some of the key things that you look at, one or two, Terry, that you look at in a friendship? What's major for you in a friendship?
Reciprocity, I would say.
Reciprocity.
Yes.
And when you say that, for the people in the back, when you say reciprocity, what do you mean exactly? You mean being reciprocal, somebody, giving back. Explain that to us.
Yes, reciprocity. And what I mean by that is not just give or
Yeah.
take.
Yeah.
It's not one-sided, it's mutual on both sides. Now there are instances where I believe that some will probably give a little bit more than the other, but I like for it to be effort there. If I pour into somebody, sometimes I need pouring into too. Pouring into too. So I just think that's huge, and trust is another one.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yes.
On the reciprocity deal, what I had to learn, and we'll throw it around the table. What I had to learn is, sometimes you have to teach people how to treat you.
Absolutely.
And sometimes we're in relationships or we're in friendships, and we expect somebody to know
Right.
when we didn't ask nor did we require. What y'all want to say
I agree.
about
I
that?
agree.
Yeah. What I treasure in friendship is mutual respect. Mutual
Gotcha.
respect,
Absolutely.
one for the other.
Yeah.
And that goes back to what you just said. I will treat you as well as you allow me to treat you. And I want to be treated in that same respect.
Absolutely.
You're not up here and I'm not down there. We're on a level playing field
Yeah.
in this relationship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
so reciprocity, uh, mutual respect. I heard trust.
Yes.
Right now we've talked about three heavy hitters.
Yeah.
right? All at one time, because the whole reciprocity. I have to teach you how to treat me. I have to say what I like and what I don't like. The mutual respect, I have to say what's a boundary.
Yes.
You
Set
know,
those boundaries.
yeah, I gotta be
Say that.
clear
Yes.
on that.
Boundaries.
I'm a firm believer. I've said it before. They've heard it on this podcast. They've heard me talk about it on the pulpit, that everyone, I believe everyone needs a Paul, a Barnabas, and a Timothy. A Paul is a mentor. He's someone you look up to.
Yes.
But then also you have to have that Barnabas, somebody on your level. Right. And then you have to have a Timothy, someone that you're pouring into, right? Somebody that you're, so it's balanced. So it's level, and it doesn't make one person better or higher than another,
Exactly.
but it comes with life experiences, right?
Sure.
It comes with life experiences.
Right.
So what about you, Lord?
I think good friendship to me is somebody being honest with me.
Of course.
Okay.
I need you to be honest with me. You know, don't sugarcoat it with me. Be honest with me.
You can take it.
Because if I'm going to the
You're a
left
big
and I
girl. You
need to
can
be
take
going to the right, you
Yes.
tell me. Yeah, I'm a big girl. I can take it. And I
Yeah.
think true friends want to see you going in the right direction.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They don't want to see you going the wrong way. Hey, girl, no. Stop. You're going the wrong way.
Right.
And if you in traffic and you going the wrong way, you can end up in an accident.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So thank God for good friends that'll tell me, look, hey, you're going the wrong way. I need you to make a U-turn.
Do people still value good friends though? Because we live in this whole social media deal for likes, and people think that all of those people are really their real friends, and like it's easy for somebody to hype somebody up,
Right.
Exactly.
right? To set them up for a failure,
Right.
right? Like somebody being honest is honest. Honesty may be looked at as jealousy.
Right. Right.
In
That's
this
one
age,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
it
honesty-
could.
That's one way of looking at it.
Yeah,
But in
it
this
is.
age of social media, we see that people are more prone to be more open when they're communicating technically, online or something. And it's kind of different when they're looking at you in your face. They might not say the same thing to you when they're looking at you in your face as they would when they are sending you a text message or posting something on Instagram or putting it out there on the Facebook.
Yeah. The Facebook.
The Facebook.
That's so true.
The
That's so
Facebook.
true.
Yeah.
That is very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So you have to really kind of know that person to know when they're genuine.
That's right.
And when they're really being truthful and it's in your best interest as opposed to trying to tear you down.
Gotcha.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
you're gonna know that if that's a friend.
Exactly.
Right.
If that's a friend, you know your friend is not gonna tear you down. They're gonna
Right.
build you up. They want to see
Right.
you blossom and
Exactly.
flourish and all of that. So they're gonna say stuff to help you.
Right.
Sure.
We might not like it,
Right.
My grandma used to make us take the Father John. It was nasty, but it was good for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a
That's
friend
good.
will give you something that you may not like, but it's good for you.
Right. And
So,
I believe that you just got to know who you're dealing with
Yes.
too.
Right.
Like you had mentioned, you would know that and you would have that openness and be receptive to what it is that they have to say,
Yeah.
because I need somebody that loves me enough to tell me so that I don't go the wrong way because
That's
I don't
right.
know everything. I
Yeah.
get it wrong sometimes.
all of us.
Yes.
Oh yes.
And
all
there are
of us.
depths. There are different depths to these different relationships and friendships. Some of them can be so surface, really. Some of them can be primarily surface. But then, when it's a friend, whether you've known them 2 months or 10 years, you'll know if that is a true friend or
That's
not
it.
based on the
That's
time you
it.
spent with
That's
them
it.
and the conversations you've had with them.
You really going into what I'm saying, because what's a friend? I mean, we use, everybody's not my friend.
Sure,
Right.
sure.
You're right.
Everybody I associate with, some relationship are transactional,
Yes.
and they don't want a friendship.
Yes.
They don't want a mentorship.
Right.
They don't want a pastor. They want a preacher.
Yeah.
Right? They
Yeah.
preach to me, pastor. I don't want you to pastor me.
Yes.
Stay out of my life.
Yes.
Preach to me. Like some interactions are transactional.
Mhm.
I have this product. You buy this product. That's what they want. They don't want friendships, because friendships requires like I think we really use this word too loosely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that's true.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh yes.
Everybody is
Right.
not
Everybody's
our
not
friend.
your friend.
My
Right.
grandma
That's
called them
right.
associates.
Associates,
Yeah.
and that's
That's what my
okay.
grandma
Yeah,
called
it could be just a comrade
Yes.
or a
Right.
constituent.
Yes.
Yeah,
Not necessarily your ace boom coach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's okay.
Jesus had the 70, then he had the 12, but then there's certain stuff that only the 3 got,
That's
right?
it.
So
That's it.
I mean, it's like everybody is not my friend.
That's
Right.
Everybody is. Let me look at the camera. Everybody is not your friend, and I wish
Amen.
this younger generation and even those who've been around and have the scars, like myself and others, will be honest. Like, everybody's not your friend. That does not make them your enemy.
That's right.
Absolutely.
But everybody is not your friend. And when we invite the wrong people into the friend zone prematurely, we are hurt. We are disappointed.
Yes.
It should be a vetting process.
That's it.
Like, you got to have some tenure. Like, no, for real. Like I'm a community pastor. I'm a dude. I'm open. I love everybody, but I don't call everybody that walks through the doors of my church my friend.
That's
I don't
right.
mean they my enemy, but it needs to be a process. What y'all feel about that?
I would add
Like,
this too. You have to have discernment. Not that necessarily everything is so deep. You
Yeah.
know, certain things are
but
common sense.
everything's
But
not
see,
so wet.
It's not so
Oh,
deep.
this is my deep child.
It's not so deep. It's not so deep as common sense, but you do have to have discernment. I think you really do.
You gotta have
Because
discernment.
sometimes you can avoid certain things. I do believe if you have discernment, because a lot of times we have emotional attachments to certain things, and we're like, okay, we allow our emotions to supersede reality.
Can you give me an example of that?
So yes, so I had a friend previously who childhood friend, and just because of the history and the the emotional attachment, like that was my girl.
Okay, got you.
And but I know that some of the things like reciprocity, some of the things she was doing and saying was not someone that I should call a friend.
Come on.
So after a while, because of again the history and the emotional attachment, I took it. And then I was like, okay, I have to make a decision. If this is not helping me, it's hindering me.
Gotcha.
So I had to eliminate. I'm like, listen, we had to have that big conversation. Like, look, there's no ill feelings. I don't wish anything bad on you or anything like that. I'm better than that. But we just are on two separate paths. And, I care about your well-being, but I just can't, I can't allow you in that space anymore.
Yeah. Sound like that might have been a little toxic there.
Yes, and it was kind of, getting to that, and I just can't deal with that.
And if you don't take care of it, then it gets worse.
Right.
So that's why it's so important when you feel like and it's time to cut it off, you cut it off.
Absolutely.
Because it's only going to get worse.
Right.
The things that are happening
over longevity.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
If it wasn't authentic, if it wasn't pleasant, if it wasn't beneficial, right, then you somebody I've known for a long time.
That's right. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
I just know you.
Yeah, I know you. I really know. I know you. That's why I know you ain't my friend.
And that's not a friendship that you're going to miss or you're really going to weep over because there was they did not contribute to your life.
Yes.
Really. Because toxic relationships, they pull more out of you than they pour into you.
It's draining.
So it sounded like it had become or gotten to that point where it had become a toxic relationship and it was not contributing to your well-being at all.
Correct. And it becomes draining.
Gotcha.
I think good friendship adds to your life.
Exactly.
And a fake friendship
you were cute when you
take
said
away from your life.
That. You were cute because you held your head like that.
Thank you.
And I seen a little bit.
Well, let me try it again.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go back to the friendship. Stay focused.
No,
talk to the people.
No, but truly, if you have someone that you're calling friend and they're taking away from you and draining you, I can remember at one point, I had a.
Don't say nobody's name.
It's really, really. I wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
It's hard for me to attach to people because of the scars and different things I've experienced. I listened to Terry. She talked about discernment. I don't connect with people easily.
Right.
I have to really discern if you're really someone that I need to connect with.
Right.
But at one time, I was connected to someone that I thought was a friend, and they wasn't a friend. They proved that they wasn't a friend, so I had to truly back up from them because the toxic. It became a problem. And when it become a problem, it's a problem with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't want those kind of problems anymore. So it was really time for me to separate from them.
Right.
And that's not always easy because if you've been in a relationship with someone for a while and you've somewhat grown close to them. And when conflict might happen in that relationship, it can be a little bit painful. And me, I have a tendency to avoid conflict in a relationship. So that's my way of dealing with it initially, avoiding it. But then after so long, we've gotten to that place where we have to have that hard conversation, that tough conversation, that uncomfortable conversation where you really confront and start to talk about what is the issue here that's causing us to separate. And that's not always easy, but if it's someone you value and you've had that relationship with them for a while and you don't want that relationship to go or to end, then you might be more inclined to work on it.
Right.
But the first step is to just deal with the elephant in the room, talk about it, and see where they are. Because a lot of times our friends might say something to us and we might perceive it the wrong way, and we do not, it's not communicated to us in a way that was actually complimentary. We might not have felt it was complimentary, but the friend might have felt like, I'm just talking to you and they didn't mean to offend you. So we have to come together and talk about that so that we can get it in the open and move from that point forward.
And to piggyback off of that, sometimes, like what you were saying about avoidance, sometimes we're in denial too. Like, oh, I can't believe that person would do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're like, you're blinded by that because again, the emotional, attachment over the reality, what you know to be true. And it's like, you don't have too many times to show me who you really are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've been
so
there.
that makes it harder too.
I've been there because I'm big on loyalty.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm big on loyalty. I'm gonna be loyal. I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're wrong. Even if I'm telling you you're wrong, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Right.
Right. So it's like I'm big on loyalty, but at the same time, that has been one of my biggest weaknesses or failures as relates to friendship. Because wifey here tell you I'm loyal to a fault. I'm loyal past the expiration date. I'm loyal past the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And I've had to pull back and really take people at where they are. Hey, I want to shift gears here a little bit. What is there a story, a movie, a Bible character, or something, someone that you could stick to? It could be something funny from a movie. It could be something what Terry would call deep from a Bible story, right? But what is that one story, or maybe a personal story of a friendship, like your ideal? You guys understand what I'm saying? Okay, like your ideal, and this is friendship right here. You know what I mean? Like what would you think about? Is that too much? Is this a lot?
No, I have a really close friend, and we've been friends. At this point, we've been friends for well over 50 years. I've known her all of my childhood, and we went down totally different paths in life. But that did not negate our friendship in any way whatsoever. She can call me at 2:00 in the morning, can be just drunk as a skunk, but she wants to talk. I will pick up my phone and I will give her a listening ear because that's still my friend. No matter what, that's still my friend. And if we don't talk again for 2 months, we still have a lot to communicate about and to catch up on. And I don't hold anything against her at all. But like I said, we went down two totally different paths. I've known her all my life. Sweetest person ever. And, we've had some conflicts. We've had some conflicts, some personal conflicts. But you know what? After a while, I was able to share with her what I thought of a statement that she made to my husband. I was able to share that with her, and she was full of apologies. Of course, she might have been a little bit inebriated at the time, but we were able to talk about it, move past it, and our friendship remains to this day.
That's awesome.
To this day. But because I know her so well, I can be completely open and transparent with her and share exactly what's on my mind, and all is well with the world.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Cool. Anybody else?
I had this one friend, and she's still my friend. Me and her don't talk every day. Good friend. Me and her known each other since middle school. When I moved with my mother, I was raised by my grandmother, and for years, we were hang out. We were roommates at one time, and she got caught up in doing some things and some stuff I wasn't interested in. But I'm telling you, she was a true friend. I never forget this story. I always call her friend. What she was caught up in, she would tell me. She would sit me down and she said, "Lois, don't you ever get caught up in this. This is not good for you. So I want you to stay away from it." So I thought that was very, it was just amazing.
Absolutely.
That was love for me.
Of
Yes.
course.
She knew it wasn't good. She knew it wasn't good for me. So she pulled me to the side and said, stay away from it. And
I'm doing it, but you can't do
yeah,
this.
she
Right,
said, you
Yeah.
can't. And I
right.
mean, that's a
That's
friend.
huge. That's huge.
Because
Yeah.
most of the times where people are calling other people friends,
Yeah.
Right.
they're inviting them to get involved
Right.
in what they're doing.
Right.
But I love her so much to this day. I'm telling you, we don't talk every day. But when we do talk, we laugh, we have a good time like
Sure.
you and your friend. And I get a chance to minister to her. She does her thing. I do mine. But I just thank God for a true friend that would tell me something like that.
Absolutely.
To keep me on the right path and not steer me to doing the wrong thing. That's what I call a true friend.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
absolutely. And I would
Yeah.
say I too have a friend that I met in middle school, and we
No. Way back in there. No.
7th grade,
No.
and we are on 2 different walks as far as she's living one lifestyle, and I love her, I pray for her and everything like that, but she's still my girl, you know what I mean? And the walk that I'm walking now, she she's with that too, and everything, and she, whenever I need her, she's there, and vice versa, and she's just my girl, she's just my girl.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my bestie.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good to have friends.
Yes,
Exactly.
definitely.
It
I
is.
mean, like a friend to talk you off the ledge.
Yes.
Right.
Friend to tell you, man, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard, and you believe them because they care.
Right. That's right. And they'll
Right.
tell you, you need to take that off because
Yeah,
that's not,
right.
that's not looking too good on
You know
you
what?
today.
This
You
may
take
be a
that
good
off.
point in the podcast to talk about this. There's some
Yeah.
bad friends letting
Yes.
people wear certain
Yeah.
stuff they ain't
Exactly.
supposed to wear.
Exactly.
And at that
Yeah.
moment,
And
you
get
gotta question
involved
their
in stuff
friendship.
that they're not supposed to get involved in.
Yeah.
A true friend to tell you, no, don't,
Don't
no,
go.
that's a
Right.
no.
Right. And they don't condone
Look,
to.
you're trying to change. You're better than that.
Yes.
Do whatever you got to
Yeah.
do to keep from going there.
Right.
Wherever there is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wherever
there's a lot
there
of
is.
Yeah.
theirs.
Right.
So a true friend to tell you, look, don't get
Absolutely.
involved. You may see a person and know a person and they don't, and they want to get involved with them, but that person, look, don't.
Yeah.
That's a
Absolutely.
no, stay away.
Absolutely.
And I'm telling you this because I care about you. I
Mhm.
love you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I know you're better than this.
Exactly.
And there's more for you.
Exactly.
And that's what a true friend does.
Hey, how's those good relationships that you have helped you to build on the other ones? Like how did they affect how did they help you in other relationships you had?
If I can be honest, my husband used to always tell me, you need friends.
I
I'm
did.
like, ain't
I
no
do.
friends.
I did.
I was fine with sitting
You
in
got
my
some friends
house.
now, though.
Yeah, I do. I have friends now, but I
was your
mean,
only friend.
yeah, he was my only friend. True. So I would sit in the house. I didn't have to talk to nobody. I sit in the house all day.
Yes.
I don't have to talk to nobody. But I value the friendship that I have with Miss Sharon. I can call Miss Sharon and talk to her about anything, and I ain't got to worry about hearing it again.
Absolutely.
She gonna say, let's pray about it. Those are the type of friends you need. I don't want to be friends with somebody. I give them my information and then they share it with others and then add on. But I don't have to worry about that.
Yep.
With Miss Sharon. If Miss Sharon hear me say something wrong, not if I pronounce something wrong, she gonna come to me and she gonna tell me, look, that's a friend.
That's a friend.
Yep.
She ain't gonna laugh at me.
Absolutely.
She'll laugh with you. Though.
Yeah. She'll laugh with me now. We laugh a whole lot. But that's a friend. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now Terry is a daughter, but she's a friend.
Mm-hmm.
If I need something done, Terry gonna say, I got this, Mom. And I think that's the way we need to be with one another. Help us to one
That's
another.
right. That's right. But sometimes I think as women also, it is hard for us to really gel
Right.
and really bond. And it should not be like that, especially for women of God who say we love God. Then we should be able to love each other no matter what, rather than being worried about my sister saying something, that's not so nice about me, or my sister taking my business in the street. But as women, sometimes it's very hard for us to make those relationships. I grew up in a house with 7 girls. With 7 girls. It's 8 girls. It's 8 girls in my family. So I've always had strong connections with women because I grew up with a house full of women. So it's not so hard for me to make a relationship, but it's really when it comes to actually growing that relationship where it's like a full-blown 100% trusting confidential friendship, that's a horse of a different color.
Yes.
Because sometimes we do have people, we have a problem letting people into our circle.
Yes.
Right.
Because we're afraid of what they're going to take and share with others.
That's right.
When it was really just between the two of us. And I think that's something we have to constantly work on as women.
Absolutely. And I will say too, a lot of times what comes into play with that too is past experiences with different friendships. You know, sometimes if you dealt with someone who all they did was lie to you or betray you or something like that, it is hard. It's not personal to the other person, but it is harder to
red flags go up, like things go up in your mind.
But then I've learned too that everybody's not that person.
Exactly.
Everybody's not out to get you. You know what I mean?
Or take advantage of you.
Right, or take advantage of you. But there are people out there that have your best interests at heart. And so when you go into it with that approach, it allows you to welcome them, into your space a little bit more better. I think that's important.
Yeah. Right. Because I used to be like this: no expectations, no disappointment.
Yeah.
No expectation, no disappointment.
But
when you have good friends, there is an expectation there. You expect for them to have a listening ear, to give you an audience when you need to talk. And then if they don't have time for you, you become disappointed in that friend. And you become leery of calling them up again when you really need to share and need a listening ear. And you start like, well, maybe they weren't my friend after all.
Right.
But everybody's dealing with something.
Everybody's
dealing with something. So we shouldn't cast people away or discount them simply because my emergency is not their emergency also.
Yes.
Right.
And most of my friends busy. Like when I need them, I got to text, yo, right now.
Yes.
Or 911. A couple of them, we got a code, 911. Like, hey, that means stop what you're doing.
Urgent.
That's fun.
Yeah,
they all busy.
Yes.
Not answering the phone. I'm not trying to be arrogant, but I'm accepting applications right now. I'm not onboarding any new friends unless the Lord, LORDT, says I'm accepting applications right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not right. It's because friendships is moving into my next part. I'm serious. Hey, in order to have a driver's license, you got to pass the test.
That's right.
Pass the written, the driving,
and the visual,
and you got to have insurance to get a driver's license. You just ain't finna pull up, be my friend without going through a process.
That's good.
And I think if it's real, it'll last.
That's right.
It can endure that.
Exactly.
Right?
That's right. But we have to get to a place where we're not so needy for people also.
Yes.
Because when we become so needy for friends and we need to have somebody in our lives and they see a certain individual and think they're of a particular status and they start to gravitate towards that individual thinking that they can bring something to them because I need that person in my life. And that's not always the case at all.
Yes.
We should be able to recognize people when they're genuine and when they're not.
Yes.
Right.
It don't take long to find out this person's a fake.
Oh yeah,
this person's a fake. It doesn't take long to find that out.
Especially I go to looking side-eyed, I'm like,
oh. But you look side-eyed so much.
No, but it's like a reason why I look side-eyed. I don't just look side-eyed.
Tonight's supposed to be talking about cultivating relationship, not side-eye relationship.
And
so
growing.
So Terry didn't cut people off. You side-eyed. Sharon telling people they fake. I think we need to shift here. I think this is a good time to shift and ask this question: what is something you've had to unlearn in some of your relationships to help them become mutually beneficial? I'm gonna read it one more time. What is something you've had to unlearn in some of your relationships to help them become mutually beneficial?
I have had to unlearn making quick judgment calls and being critical. That's something I have had to unlearn because I grew up in such a restricted environment and I've not been so open all my life to receive people, no matter what their station is in life.
And you like, these people crazy. My daddy wouldn't let me do this.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I had to unlearn being critical and being judgmental and being more sympathetic and empathetic with people's problems and their situations because, I'm not a perfect cow either. So, that's the thing that I've had to really work on.
Me too.
And let me tell you, God's still working on me.
All of us.
Yes.
I had to unlearn, like Miss Sharon said, being judgmental.
No.
Because I think I was telling you something about the message I preached on Wednesday night, and it was just a part just stuck out to me, just like grabbed me, and it was talking about how Eli was judging or blaming Hannah. And oftentimes that's what we do, what he was doing.
Exactly.
What we don't understand, we judge.
We judge.
Right. Absolutely.
So I had to get away from that, looking at people and I don't know what made them act that way. I don't know what situation they may be in. So I had to learn to not judge people for who they are or what they're going through. And when I stop the judging, then my relationship with others would be much better.
Exactly.
Right. Right.
So without judging, I try to look at it in a different way, what they're dealing with.
Because one size don't fit all.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Everybody not
True.
the same. We all came to this table with different life experiences.
Yes.
We grew up in
Exactly.
different areas. We had different experiences. We were
Yes.
born in different homes, and that's very, very unique. Unlearn.
Exactly.
What have you had to
I would
unlearn?
say being judgmental as well too, because of past experiences with friendships and different things. I would think that okay, well, this person, I saw this red flag in this person, so he or she may be the same type person. You know what I mean? So I had to get past that too, because I'm like, okay, look, if I keep taking this approach, I'm not gonna have any friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, people say, I've oftentimes heard people say that I don't care who don't like me or something like that, but you care to a certain
Yeah,
extent.
you do.
Who wants
It
to just be in
bothers
a
you.
world,
Yeah.
right, where you just nobody likes
Right.
you or you don't have any friends? That's pretty questionable too.
Yeah.
So I mean, you want to have friends, and of course, if you want to have friends, you have to show yourself
Self-friendly.
friendly.
True.
That's the deep
I
part.
knew you
That's
had a
right.
scripture. I knew.
Yeah, it had
I
to
knew
stir
you
up.
had a I knew you had a scripture. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Some of my friendships that weren't really, birthed in the right. That's a deep part. We were friends because we did some of it. We weren't really friends, but we hung out because we did some of the same things together. Things that were unhealthy, things that were counterproductive. Or we just wanted to have just crazy fun, right?
Right.
That hurt you the next day, right? So there are people that may have come into our lives. We come to their life in a crazy season, right? That may have came in our life and we were doing, and now your life changed,
Yes.
Right.
right? Like, because some stuff we grew out of, right?
Right.
Like some stuff, or the Lord delivered us from, right?
Right.
So there are those friendships that really, really weren't centered on the rock. That really weren't centered on anything positive. I think I got one last question, and then we'll give our takeaways. Do you believe all relationships require work,
I do.
Yes,
and why?
absolutely.
I do. Because a lot of times when you're become friends, you coming from different backgrounds, you have dealt with different stuff, so you got to work through this stuff to become friends.
Okay.
You gotta forget a lot of stuff that you dealt with, especially if you starting a new friendship.
Absolutely.
So you gotta forget a lot of stuff, and you gotta forgive a lot of people,
Okay.
because if you don't forgive the people that hurt you, you'll bring that same hurt into that
Absolutely.
relationship. So it takes work.
So you kind of
A
just
lot of
take
forgiveness.
people as they are without
Yes.
all the extra stuff you
Right.
bring.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
What else? What are some other ways to work on a friendship? To work on it, because I mean, you guys, you got this awesome women's fellowship. Got Pastor Christy Owens coming.
Yay.
You work with the women at our church. You work with people in your jobs, and you work with women. You know, hairstyle. You guys work with women, right? So like if you're speaking to women or speaking to just humans, right? Like what's the work that goes into relationships?
I think for me, it is really having a listening ear.
Okay.
Having a listening ear, because communication is probably about 80% listening,
Mhm.
20% talking,
Mhm.
because the more you listen, the more you hear that person, what's going on in their lives, the
Mhm.
things that are important to them, and just really when they are sharing their experiences with you. And, sometimes it clicks because it's like, wow, I've had that same
Yes,
experience. I've had
yes.
that same experience and I've done that and I've been there too. And you talk about, things that you like and things you have in common, but you have to have a listening ear and you have to be open and receptive also.
Absolutely.
So you grow a relationship and you grow a friendship by really availing yourself to that individual with the
Mhm.
listening ear and being open to learning from them also.
Mhm.
Because we're ever learning. We're in an
Mhm.
ever
Mhm.
learning society.
Absolutely.
We never stop learning. So that is work. That's putting in the work. Actually making yourself available, making time for the people that you really want to grow a relationship or a friendship with. And we need to do more of that when it comes to the sisterhood.
Absolutely.
Really.
I thought about Pastor Christy when we all went to see her when she said, "I am
Yes.
my sister."
Yes.
And I think because we are a sister, we can identify
Mm-hmm.
with what they're going through, the different type of stuff they're attached to. Why? Because we've done it.
Yes.
And because we have been delivered from it, then I think we can help them come out of what they're dealing with. And that's work.
Yeah.
Right.
That's work.
That's right.
And I would say too, a part of that, with work, the listening ear, because I do believe that listening and hearing are two different things.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Effective communication,
Mhm.
and praying, because we're believers, praying for one
Sure.
another too, and not
I knew you was
necessarily
gonna say pray. No, go ahead.
praying for one another. And I'm learning too to not just pray for people, but pray as them. And what I mean by that is, interceding, putting yourself in their shoes. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Seeing
Exactly.
it, because I mean, being empathetic
Right.
and sympathetic.
That's right.
That's super
right.
important. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I know that if I'm going through a certain situation, how I feel going through it.
Yeah.
And then if somebody else is going through a certain
Yeah.
situation, I would pray as them, like, how do they feel
Exactly.
going through that
Exactly.
particular situation? So I
Exactly.
try to,
Yeah.
shift that my
Yeah.
perspective on that. And
Yes.
it
Right. Right. Because anybody can be sympathetic. You can be
Correct.
sympathetic to your situation, what you're
Mhm.
going through,
Correct.
whether it's your child suffering in this area or, your little one won't stop crying. You can be sympathetic, but when you're empathetic, you've been there. So
That's
you
it.
feel what they
Oh,
feel and you
yes.
feel right
Yes.
along with them. And that
Absolutely.
allows you to communicate more so with them in a
Yes.
way where they receive
Right.
what you're giving or
Oh,
what you're
yes.
saying.
Definitely.
Right.
I had I was a chaplain uh for an organization for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And through the training, I think it helped me to be a better minister, and I think it helps to be a better friend. I think it falls in line with this friendship. Friendship, it does require work. Being in a
Yes.
relationship does require work.
Yes.
However, I just to throw a monkey wrench in the program, I think we also need to understand we can't fix people.
No.
Correct.
Like as my friend, it's not your job to try to fix me.
That's right.
If you're gonna listen, listen. If you're gonna
Right.
help, help. If you're
Right.
gonna offer, offer. But you can't control me. You
Correct.
can't
Exactly.
make me, I
Right.
mean, and I can't make you. Like I think in this chaplaincy training, it talked about how in the book of Esther, the name God is never mentioned.
Exactly.
So it's a way to love people without quoting the scripture or whatever, which is nothing's wrong with that. But it's a way to do that. It's also being in the hospital when somebody died and not talking. Just shut up and go
Be
get a
there.
cup of water.
Right.
Go buy Snickers.
Right.
Go check up.
Sure.
Right. Not asking a million questions. How
Yeah.
you feeling? Well, they son was just shot in the head. They don't feel good. Right. I mean, like
That's
it's about being with them.
Yes.
Right. Just
Right.
being with
Yeah.
them.
Right.
Being
And I
present.
learned that through chaplaincy training, not seminary, through chaplaincy training, that the power of just being there
Huge.
with
Right.
people.
Just being
I
present.
go to funerals, I don't preach because I'm there
Right.
for them.
Yes.
Right.
I'm there with them. I go to the graveside, I go to the family's house, just to be with them. And there's nothing more powerful if you have the time than just being with
Right.
them, right? I mean, what would you say to that? I mean, that's pretty important, right?
That's pretty
Oh, yeah, of
important.
course.
Yeah.
And I actually had a situation where I went to a funeral to support one of my friends, and I was telling her with what had happened. I was like, I'm so sorry, I don't have any words. She said, Terry, you being here was enough.
Was enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that made me think of that when you said that. That's huge. Your presence.
People
I mean,
never
just
forget
support,
it.
right?
People
They
never
don't.
forget it.
And when you don't know what to say, don't say anything.
Anything at all.
Just be present, be in
Anything
the
at all.
moment,
Yeah, don't be
and
talking.
that works.
Because a
Right.
lot of times, if you don't know what to say and you just saying stuff, it really makes you look crazy. We talk
Right.
about this in the grief class. If you don't know what to say, give
Yep.
somebody a hug.
Yep.
You know, being there is more important than saying at any time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about being, as you were saying.
Yep.
Hey,
Absolutely.
go ahead.
We do this a lot. We visit families and stuff like this, and a lot of times we just go sit and let them talk. Let them talk, and we just listen. And when we get ready to go, we just pray with them, and we going on. It's not about saying anything. People just happy to just have you in their presence because
Right.
people don't want to be alone.
Sure.
Absolutely.
So.
Very.
And here it's crazy. It's crazy that that I have you amazing women here with me today. And what exactly do you do? What do people get when they get you, wifey?
They get real.
They get real.
They get real.
They get
I
they
tell
get
it
real.
like at ISE.
Ooh. All right, what do you do? Like who? Like
I'm actually I own a hair salon.
okay.
Amazing transformation.
Yes.
Where you don't have to be wealthy to keep your hair healthy.
I don't.
Wonderful.
I
Like
also
this.
am a grief recovery specialist. I
Mhm.
offer grief counseling. If you need to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me through the Real Church.
Mhm.
I am a preacher.
No.
And I will preach.
You will preach.
Not only am I a preacher, I am getting ready to start this awesome women group. It's called
Gems.
GEMMS, Gracefully Evolving from Minor and Major Setbacks. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. And
They can find you.
You can find me.
They can
If
find
you
you.
look for me, you can find me.
You can find you. Yeah, and you said you're starting because it's not where you want it to be yet, but you already started.
Yes, I already started,
Yeah.
but I would be doing live Facebook once a month starting off. And I'm telling you, I'm just so excited. This is near and dear to my heart. And it's coming from my life story, the way I grew up and some things I went through, some major and minor setbacks. But God has brought me out
preacher.
of
We're gonna bring
it.
her back for the second night of revival.
Glory to God.
Bring her back for the second night.
And I am, wait a minute, I am married to this wonderful man of God.
Oh, you claiming me now?
27 years.
You claiming me now?
In March.
No.
So,
no,
yes,
she's claiming me.
Yes,
okay, go ahead, y'all. What do people
currently-
get when they get you? Like who? What you do? What you done? Who you is? Tell the people.
Well, I have my own crafting business.
Oh.
And I love crafting. But I would say what people see when they get me is funny. I try to put, a smile on people's faces, and I just sometimes, I mean, all the time, I don't really try. It just comes like that. But in encouraging people, so, I've been told by several people that they enjoy being around me because of my bubbly spirit, So that's what they get.
And you work with kids, with kids.
Yes, I'm getting ready to
teaching financial literacy and things of that nature.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Getting
In
ready
the
to
high schools.
Correct. 9 through 12.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, preacher.
Hey,
Tell
preacher.
the people. Tell the people,
Oh
preacher.
my goodness, Sharon. My husband Barry and I, we came to the Real Church almost 3 years ago. I am a cancer survivor. Thank you, God.
Yes,
praise
God.
And have a wonderful husband, Barry, one son, Micah. And professionally, I work as a technical training manager. I send people out in the field to train software. Awesome job. Awesome job. And I'm so looking forward to retirement. Thank you, God. Hopefully, it will be soon. And my passion, I have a passion for cooking. I love to cook.
Yes, we can
good
taste.
cook.
We tasted and we seen.
One of my missions is just to feed people when they are sick or they've experienced death in the family or something like that. So you're going to get a good home cooked meal. And we've always felt like in our home and our parents' home growing up, that's one way you show love. Is to feed people a home cooked meal. And I'm very good at doing that. And I love plants. I have a wonderful butterfly garden, and that's my escape. That's right. My patio in the butterfly garden.
Awesome.
And I love God. I love God. Yes.
I love God. Do you love God? What's wrong with you?
So, ladies, what's the takeaway today? A healthy friendship has reciprocity, trust, and authenticity, balance, mutual respect, and adds value to your life. Friends can increase your sense of belonging and purpose, boost your happiness, and reduce your stress.
Friends prevent isolation and loneliness and give you a chance to offer needed companionship. In all cultures, friendships are important relationships throughout a person's lifespan.
Finally, as we're talking about friendships, someone once said friends are those rare people who ask how we are and then actually take the time to listen and wait to hear the answer. So have a listening ear. After all, communication is about 80% listening and only about 20% talking. So don't just pray for your friend, but pray as your friend.